So, I mean, obviously, with so much information that you have of just about email, I want to talk about like your journey of getting here. Because I mean, like looking at your LinkedIn profile, you have some graphic design background, right? You have digital marketing background, right? So, like, where did all this come from? And I want you to kind of time travel back to you as a kid, and like, were you the kid with a marker in the hand, drawing and everything with crayons? Like, what kind of kid were you to become who you are right now?
I was a dork. I was always, I grew up like computers were around, but like technology really wasn't a thing when I was growing up and in high school and all of that. But we had, computer classes. And so I would always ace those. And then I just really enjoyed figuring out the technical side of things. And so I actually had a teacher in high school who told me flat out, like, you're going to do something on computers one day. And this was pre-internet and all of that. And I was like, yeah, okay. Like, what do you do with computers? Like, I don't know. Um, and then I went to college and I had a marketing background, or not background, but I went and got a marketing degree after I did 2 years of psychology, because apparently I just like to analyze things. So that's kind of how I veered into marketing, just because I wanted more of the business sense. So I went towards a marketing degree. And then at the same time, I actually went to RIT and got my graphic design certificate, because at the time they didn't even offer it at my college. So I went and got 2 degrees at the same time. So I was just always into the technical side of marketing once it started to really come out full force. After that, I was living in New York City and I was working for media companies when I think Salesforce was really starting to come on the scene in 2007, I think. I'm really dating myself here. It's not fun, but 2007, I went and got certified in Salesforce as a Salesforce admin first, and was doing all of the implementations there for some companies that I worked for at the time. But I always came back to marketing. And once email marketing platforms started to come out, I just got more involved in that. And I was curious to know just how you can actually target an audience eventually. So I stuck with that. And then I went and moved to Atlanta in 2013, and I was working for technology companies there. And I basically taught myself how to use Pardot until I got certified in that. So I was just always a nerd. And then it just came to me very, very easily. And then I started playing around in all of these other systems, because I worked for different companies who use different systems, of course. So I just got really well versed in that. And, I would go to the Salesforce conferences and I would just network around and talk to more people about what's going on in the industry, just to keep up with the latest features. And then I started my own business in 2015, simply because I was so tired of corporate America and working for companies who just told me it has to be done one way and that's it. There was no other way to do it. And I was sitting there all these years and I just knew that there were a million ways to do a million different things when it came to email marketing. So I wanted to give clients an opportunity to actually pick the platform that might be good for their company, but also just to give them more flexibility on how to accomplish their email strategy, because there's not one way to do it. And while maybe the marketing departments are being told to do it one way, I'm an external employee. So now I can come in and say, don't do it this way. And here's why. And here's proof of why it works. So yeah, I don't know. I was just always a computer nerd. I just loved video games. I loved figuring out all of the technical stuff behind it, how everything works. And I just made it into a marketing business.